Hello and welcome to this lecture, which I title Google Search Engine Organic SEO Impacting Updates for 2017. Nearing the end of 2016, Google started letting webmasters know about impending changes to their search engine ranking system that would have impact on how sites would be viewed in their search engine in 2017. To continue to rank well in 2017, websites will have to hit certain additional criteria. In this lecture, I discuss these key new changes. The first item on their list is that of making sure that your site has a published SSL certificate in place, which stands for Secure Socket Layer, by the way. Now, as far as Google search rankings go, you will begin to be penalized if you do not have an SSL certificate in place on your site. One of the first moves in this regard already now in place is that if you do not have an SSL certificate in place, the Google Chrome browser will insert an exclamation mark on the URL line to let a potential page viewer be aware that the site has not been secured. Clicking on the exclamation mark brings up the details of the security infraction. This new item is now already in place on the Chrome browser with the January 2017 Chrome 56 browser update. SSL certificates are not a major expense these days, and you can get them put in place for as low as about $26 a year if you are not running an e-commerce site, and about $70 or so if you are. Google is very interested in customers being protected as they go to websites directed by Google, and they want to ensure that customer data entered on these sites is encrypted and a person's information is kept safe. In this regard, they will therefore be penalizing organic search-wise those websites that have not put an SSL certificate in place. So if being found by Google organically is important to you, this is a step that you will need to take with your website in 2017. Next on their agenda is pop-up ads on web pages, particularly on mobile devices. Google customers find ads that pop up on web pages they visit to be very obtrusive and annoying, and Google has been listening to their complaints. Google has found that pop-up ads often can cover an entire screen on a mobile device and can even be hard to get rid of. So now as Googlebot crawls your web pages, and in particular your mobile web pages, be aware that they will be looking on pop-up ads with disfavor and that your page will be penalized if pop-up ads are found. Google's move here is because they are wanting to deliver quality content to their search and AdWords customers on behalf of their advertisers. They are on the hunt for quality content pages to serve up, not fluff pages whose primary purpose is to pop up an ad and try to sell you something. Advertising on the web is going to start to change because of this new search engine ranking requirement, so if you're wanting to be found and you currently run pop-ups on your pages, you will be wanting to start doing some rework on these web pages. Do standard advertising through anchor text links and hyperlinked images on pages instead. Google will reward you for it instead of penalizing you. The next change required for 2017 is going to see a lot of people scrambling to improve their website architectures. Almost half of all internet access these days is done by mobile devices, including tablets. In a recent study completed by a Google subsidiary company, it was found that the average load time for a web page on a mobile device is still sitting at about 19 seconds to load. This same study indicates that mobile device users, on the other hand, only have an attention span for page loading of about 3 seconds. I've noticed this myself, and I'm one of these people who basically disappears after 4 or 5 seconds and goes somewhere else. In their study, they basically say that after 3 seconds, over 53% of users abort, which means that slow-loading mobile pages that Google currently sends customers to via their search engine and on behalf of their AdWords advertisers are not going to continue to be loaded. So this is what's changing. Google now has set up a totally separate search engine page indexing database in their system specifically for mobile web pages. The loading sweet spot for a page, by the way, is 2 to 4 seconds. And if your mobile page takes longer to load than this as it is getting crawled by Googlebot, Google will make note of it and your page will no longer be showing up in their search results organically until you can get this fixed. This last change is going to have significant impact on those entrepreneurs running websites using template web page systems, as these template systems tend to create a lot of very fat web pages that load poorly. Web pages making use of a lot of JavaScript callouts, for example, such as when widgets are used in a WordPress website, are extremely fat and slow loading and will have virtually no chance of passing the Googlebot crawler speed requirements for mobile. With over 50% of all website interactions now coming from mobile platforms, this has got the potential of cutting your total website visitors by almost half once your pages have been flagged by Googlebot as being slow loading. Mind you, not that mobile was working for you anyway, with approximately 53% of people clicking off, including myself, before your page even got loaded in the first place. In fact, many WordPress theme providers are now scrambling to build and market as add-ons to existing WordPress customers mobile-friendly website components. Jury's still out on this, however, as to whether or not they'll be able to get down to the 2 to 4 second page loading time sweet spot requirements that are now being looked for by the Googlebot web crawler. To hit loading times that are consistently this fast will pretty much require the construction of natively coded, responsive web pages that do not use widgets of any sort, and even the time taken to convert the content of an existing fat page into a fast-loading, content-filled mobile page through these add-ons that WordPress is putting out and their theme providers. This can still potentially keep your page out of the fast-loading category and still prevent you from being organically found with a mobile device. The Google search engine, in summary these days, is looking for professionally built, natively coded web pages to serve up solid content to its customers on mobile devices. So bottom line, to be successful with a website in the future and through 2017 as a result, will require the redesign of a lot of websites by online entrepreneurs if they want to survive and be found organically. That's all for this lecture. Bye for now.